Countess Howe, Lord Lieutenant of Buckinghamshire, volunteers and trustees. Good morning and a warm welcome to you all on behalf of the trustees at the Brooklands Centre. Today is a red letter day in the life of Brooklands, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce Countess Howe, who would like to say a few words, and then she's going to present the Brooklands volunteers who are here today with their QAVS award. Thank you very much, Countess.
Thank you. So good morning, and how lovely to see you all in person. Fantastic. I'm sorry that we couldn't have all your volunteers together in one go, but I gather you're getting 2 parties out of it instead of one, because you're going to be gathering tomorrow as well. So if you can't hear me, you'll have to tell me, but I have a big voice, having been a teacher. So it is a great honour for me to be with you today to celebrate the award of the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. And what a year it has been, and how patient you have all been to receive this award. Before I come to the official presentation, let me just say a few words about the background to the award, which is equivalent to the MBE for individuals. It was decided by Her Majesty the Queen that there should be a new award to commemorate the Golden Jubilee of her accession to the throne in 1952. And the Queen's Jubilee Award, as it was first known, was to be made annually to recognise and reward excellence in volunteering, carried out by groups in the community. Subsequently, the award was renamed the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. And the award is given for outstanding achievement of groups of as few as 2 people or more, and I know you have many volunteers, in the United Kingdom who volunteer their time to enhance and improve the quality of life and opportunity for individuals or other groups in the community. And since the start in 2002, just 50 organisations in Buckinghamshire have received the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. So you've joined a very elite group. And other winners in your year included the Olney Football Club, Cooper and Newton Museum Volunteers, Bosom Pals and MK, Marshall Athletic in Milton Keynes, Cop Hill Climb Festival, and Milton Keynes Snap. So you can see the MK postcode did extremely well. As Lord Lieutenant, I have the privilege, together with a number of Deputy Lieutenants, to review the nominations made and to make comments. However, the decision as to who should receive the award is made by Her Majesty the Queen on the advice of a minister who is supported by a national experts panel. I would like to thank our Buckinghamshire panel members, Fola Komalafi, Debbie Brock, Sheena Dykes, and Alison Phillips, who of course visited you. Now, if any of you know of other groups whom you feel are worthy of being nominated, do please encourage them to put their names forward. Our Lieutenancy website has a clear tab, QAVS, so it's easy to find out the instructions on how to apply. You can also just Google QAVS on a website and find the details as supplied by the Cabinet Office. And now to hear what the assessors said about your group. The Brooklands Centre is an exceptional volunteer-led facility, providing exemplary and inspirational support to the elderly of Newport Pagnell and surrounding villages. It is sometimes described as a hidden gem, with a local reputation for excellence that attracts loyalty and commitment from both its beneficiaries and its volunteers. It has been running for more than 60 years, and it is the only group of its kind in the locality. And without it, the vulnerable elderly citizens of the area would be deprived of the companionship, stimulation, and protection that the centre provides. There are no barriers to membership for those aged 55 plus, and those most socially isolated in their advancing years find solace and friendship through the huge range of activities on offer. Around a staggering 340 people are helped on a weekly basis, which is an extraordinary commitment by volunteers. And over 120 meals are served. Some individuals attend once a week, some more often, depending on their requirements and interests. And this is one of the defining benefits of the centre, where each person is treated very much as an individual with their own unique needs. The volunteers facilitate attendees to retain as much of their own independence as possible, and in doing so, give them the tools to improve their mental health and well-being. Another particular strength of the group is derived from the energy, imagination, and resources of the volunteers, who enable the centre to offer an ever-changing range of activities. The lists of activities and events is fully subscribed, and in some cases there's a waiting list, which exemplifies the popularity of what is on offer. The companionship and friendship which members enjoy is of exceptional benefit to those who attend. The assessment continues with saying, the trustees of the centre, themselves highly valued volunteers, are keen to ensure that the building is used by the wider community. So, when not in use by its members, the centre is used by, amongst other groups, the Newport Pagnell Brownie Group and the National Childbirth Trust. The provision of care at the centre, with its multifaceted activities, provides a vital service for dementia sufferers and their carers. Without this service, the only alternative would be state-funded residential care for some. And the commendation goes on to say, specific practical benefits include physical fitness and balance classes, helping to reduce the incidence of falls, the provision of hot, nutritious meals, since Meals on Wheels no longer operates. Mental stimulation is provided through art, reading, and gardening activities. Simple repairs to hearing aids can be undertaken, where an elderly person struggles to cope with the delicate fiddly nature of a hearing aid. this virtual world, which we've had to adopt since the pandemic, has resulted in much greater isolation for the elderly who are not necessarily familiar with the workings of computers. And so the centre provides patients with practical tuition and helpful advice on scams thrown in to make sure that the most vulnerable are aware of scams online. So, in conclusion, numerous beneficiaries of the Brooklands Centre feel that their lives have been immeasurably enhanced by this inspiring and stimulating group, and are all too well aware that there is no comparative alternative anywhere locally. This unique and valued centre, with its loyal and dedicated volunteers, exemplifies the very best of service to the elderly in the community, so often sidelined and neglected by the mainstream of society. Many, many congratulations to all of you who are involved in providing this exceptional service to the community in Newport Pagnell. And I'm thrilled to see that you are wearing your pins. Sorry, that noisy motorbike. That you're wearing your pins. Wear them with pride. And if anybody says to you, "What's that you're wearing?" do draw your attention to the extraordinary success that you have had in gaining this award. It's something that you can wear with pride on everything that you put on. So now it gives me enormous pleasure to present on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service to the Brooklands Centre in Milton Keynes. And I'm going to make the award of the certificate to Jim here. And the certificate has been signed by Her Majesty the Queen. And I hope you'll all be able to see it, and then you can have it framed and have it on display in the centre. And now I'm going to present the actual trophy, which is very heavy, to your Chairman of Trustees, Catherine Hall. Can I give you your pin back?
Thank you very much, Countess Howe, for your kind words. Yeah, it's quite an emotional time actually, and yes, but very grateful, and thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it. Do sit down if you'd like. I would like to describe the Brooklands Centre as being unique. That means that there isn't anywhere else quite like Brooklands. Do you agree? Thank you. It certainly holds a special place in the hearts of both our volunteers and our members. And it's on this very site that the centre has been providing care in the community since the 1950s. I'm right, Jim? And as Countess Howe said, we've been described as Newport's hidden gem. Since opening these premises in 2012, we've been able to significantly expand the daycare facilities for our frail members, and at the same time offer activities for the over 55s throughout the week. And our strapline of providing fun, food and friendship for the over 55s is a good one, I think. Do you agree? Yes, thank you. And just to tell you this, just before lockdown in March 2020, we were actually looking to open a ballet class for seniors. Right, who's for ballet? Yeah, men as well. Yeah, apparently it is extremely good exercise because you have a rail to hold on to. Okay, so when we are opened, we'll see about following that one up. I'll make a list of names. Okay, but this expansion has only been possible due to a large number of new volunteers who've joined our trusty old-timers. All these volunteers have made the centre financially viable, filling roles often covered by paid employees elsewhere. But more than just facilitating the operation of the centre, it's these volunteers who have together developed the culture and atmosphere of the centre, committed to supporting the elderly of the town. They have themselves formed into a number of strong teams committed to the care and support of our members. They've helped create what has been known, or what is known, as the Brooklands community. And in doing so, they have discovered that magical connection that in joining together to serve others, they themselves find enrichment in their own lives too. It's been clear for some time now how special these volunteers have become, and it's heartwarming to see this acknowledged at a national level by the granting of such a special award. The last 15 months have been challenging. In October, the trustees were able to open the centre in a COVID-secure environment for 2 days a week to just a few of our day club members whose families were able to bring them to the centre. They were delighted to return, even though they had to sit socially distanced and wear masks. Unfortunately, we had to close after a couple of weeks when the country was placed in lockdown again. But we were pleased that we had tried, and it did give us experience in operating in different circumstances. During lockdown, Sandra Dorrell, our very special daycare manager, who is here today, as you can imagine, beavering away getting your lunch ready for you. She's kept in touch with volunteers and trustees, volunteers and trustees have kept in touch with members by weekly telephone calls. For Christmas, they filled shoeboxes with a variety of edible goodies, a Christmas card and a calendar, and then delivered them to the members dressed up as, you name it, a Father Christmas, an angel, a snowman. They're full of good ideas. It was all very festive and much appreciated by the members. Again, at Easter, a smaller group of volunteers dressed up as, can you guess, Easter bunnies and Easter eggs, I think, and they delivered a cream tea and a card, and just to wish the members a happy Easter. Volunteers have also compiled and printed and delivered a monthly newsletter and quiz sheet, which has been much appreciated. But we are really looking forward to eventually reopening. But I'm aware that there will be that sort of sense of apprehension from both members and volunteers. Volunteers have had their training sessions for the day clubs, and I've no doubt that our volunteers will make the best of the situation and do what they always do, seek to serve others. I would like to thank Louise Mahon from the QAVS office. She's been so understanding and patient on our insistence on delaying arrangements to receive our award. Little did we realise just how long we would have to wait. Thank you to all of you.